Hey knife friends, Andrew here, and today I'm going to make my long overdue review of the prototype of the Tempest Knives Fractus. Had a bit of a tendonitis issue that kind of took me off my feet for about a week to 2 weeks this past month. So luckily I was the last person in on the pass around group, and this knife goes back to KC here in the next couple days. So he's been very gracious and patient with me, not and let me keep the knife until my foot was doing better and I could actually do some testing. So enough about me. Let's talk about the knife. The Fractus is an 8-inch knife with a 3.3-inch blade. It's going to be an S90V, and as you can see, it's primarily a middle finger flick knife. My thumbs are a little bit shaped a little weird, so I'm not the best at thumb opening knives that just use an opening hole, but I do get a great reverse flick. So I'm sure that those of you that don't have the weird L-shaped hook thumbs that I do will be able to thumb open this knife awesome or really well. But the middle finger flick's how I've been opening it while I've had it. Beautiful full titanium construction with carbon fiber inlays. I really like the way this carbon fiber looks. It's nice and subtle, but when the light hits it right, it has awesome reflectivity, and it's just all around, it's just an absolutely gorgeous knife. This is the fourth, the third, or this is the fourth official Tempest Knives releasing. And then if you count the Kubi Knives Dust Devil, it's the fifth knife that KC has brought to production, and in my opinion, it's his best. It's definitely his best. His designs have kind of stepped up each time that he's done them in terms of price and quality of materials, and based off what I carry typically, to me, the overall quality of each of his designs has gone up each time. Not necessarily saying that the overall design itself, but the way that it's just produced. I just feel like his knives keep getting better and better, and I can't wait to see what else he gives us in the rest of 2024, because I know he has 2 additional designs in the work right now, and then also going forward, because I feel like he's really getting a groove with his designs, and this is his best to date in my opinion. It's OEM'd by Concept. His previous designs have all been done through Kubi, so he decided to work with a different manufacturer this time because of the different materials. And I'll tell you what, Concept has definitely delivered. Like all of his designs, he does include the blade steel and his logo nicely etched on there. I know some people get really picky about billboarding. It doesn't bother me as much, but personally, I love this degree of billboarding. I feel like the maker should be proud of their design and get to include their logo on the blade, but I don't want like the Microtech where you've got the full story written on the blade. But I feel like KC does it right in terms of being proud of the design, getting his logo on the design, but not overtaking the overall blade. The handle, I'm trying to get, you can see the really nice micro milling there. It has a titanium backspacer. What's really cool here is how his milled clip is designed. Basically, you just loosen the screw, and for lefties, they just use the same hole. I believe there is a secondary because of how the clip is shaped. I do believe that the lefties get a different clip so that it goes the other way, but it's a great way to make a fully reversible design with for lefties and righties. And then I'm not sure if this would technically be a frame lock or a bolster lock, because it's a frame lock, and I know the bolster tends to be like the top portion, but the way that the inlay does it, so I'm right-handed and I can flick it both right and left. Not quite as good. I think if I'm not doing it, trying to put it under the camera, I can get it left-handed as well, even as a righty. So it very, very nice double-handed. So this is the prototype. This is not the production model that everybody's going to be getting here in the next week or so. Some of the changes that I know, the screws that are on the carbon fiber, they're going to be black instead of white. I know that the pivots are actually going to have the tooling on both sides. I believe that this screw is going from a T6 to a T8. I know the jimping is moving from out here farther from on the prototype. The jimping's up here on the blade. On the production model, I believe it's moving somewhere up there. The lock bar is getting chamfered out so that it's going to be a little bit easier to manipulate. And I think the pocket clip is actually getting the angle is getting slightly adjusted. And I think that's everything. To be completely honest with you, there's not a whole lot that needs changed about this knife. It's pretty fantastic. I've had it for about a month, maybe like 4 weeks now, and I've carried it at least 4 or 5 times every day. Granted, there were about 10 days where I wasn't necessarily bedridden, but I wasn't doing a whole lot of walking, and which is why I didn't get as much usage out of it as I could, or as I normally would. But for normal EDC tasks like opening packages, and I got a few things from Amazon, and just in general cutting open some plastic wrap, I got to use it for that. But let's see here. Let's do some size comparisons that we know. So first off, I've used this example for pretty much all my reviews so far. The Benchmade bug out, just because to me, even if you don't own a bug out, everyone knows the size of a bug out. And yeah, so you can see it's definitely a full-size knife. It's just a little bit bigger than the bug out. I think the bug out's about 7.5 inches. The Fractus is 8 inches. So, definitely a full-size knife. Let's show the other Tempest knives compared to the Fractus. It's pretty much the same exact size as the Pinion. It's significantly bigger than the Microburst, and it's pretty much the exact same size as the Jetstream. So when I first started watching the Knives Fast videos, part of the reason why I started paying attention to all of Casey's videos, watching all of them every day and whatnot, was because I noticed that his ideal size, the type of knives that he liked, were typically the ones that I really liked. I don't necessarily want to have some big massive pocket sword, but at the same time, some guys really like the small knives, like the TRM Nerd, or like the mini bug out and whatnot. And to me, those are just a little bit too small for my hands. I mean, sure, everybody can carry those, but I just don't have the full control that I want. In terms of a small knife that I love, actually the microburst is almost perfect for me, because with that choil, I can really get my hands around it, even with it being a smaller knife. But you know, when I first tried out the pinion, it's like, okay, yeah, that's my speed. I can really get a hold of it. And then same thing with the Jetstream and now the Fractus. You know, just a really nice full-size design. It's not massive. It might be scary to some of the normies, because you know, if they're not used to seeing full-size knives and whatnot. But to me, it's not egregiously massive to where it's impractical as an EDC. And then the thing that blew me away when I first got this in hand was just how thin it is for such a big knife. Like, I don't know how well it shows, but between the contouring and the ergonomics, it just melts into your hand. I can't wait to get my production Fractus in. And actually, as we speak, I'm scheduled to receive my knife today, so it will be very soon when I'm able to compare this prototype to the production Fractus. But anyways, oh, last thing, I give this knife a solid A. It's, like I said, it's a great design. So thankful for Casey for letting me borrow it. But to finish the story I started earlier, was that I started following his channel because I noticed how much similar our tastes were and whatnot. But then we started chatting, both in like replying to his videos, in his live feeds, but then also just private chatting, and just found out how nice of a guy he is. And so it's awesome when you can not only support a cool design that you like and have faith in, but also when you know that you're supporting such a cool guy. And Tempest Knives is owned by KC. He is Tempest Knives. His knives come with these little cards that show you how to reach him. But it's a family business. His wife and kids help him with shipping and QC, and he has a few other friends that come in and help do that. So I just think that's awesome. But in the two things that I want to say, I know that Casey just did a review on his knife. If there were any changes that I would try to make on a V2, I would try to make that a flathead screw. But actually, in Casey's review that he just did, that he posted yesterday, he said that Concept doesn't like to do flathead screws because they break too frequently, and they lead to more warranty issues. So it sounds like that's more of a limitation of the manufacturer than his design, because I know he wanted to address that one. And then the only other thing that I would recommend if he does a V2 is I would try to see if there's a way to do a secondary opening method. I think that this low profile flipper that he put on the Jetstream is awesome. I have a couple friends that are in the knife community that have some some dexterity issues with their hands. And so for them, thumb hole or finger hole opening knives only do not work for them. So so the one guy, he was interested in trying to get one, but he couldn't because of the or he decided not to because he doesn't have that second option. So I don't know how well it would work with like the internal millings and whatnot. I'm not familiar with CAD, and I know that there would be some engineering to do, and it doesn't affect me. Just the thought, if there's ever a V2, if we could try to get a secondary, like that low profile flipper like the Jetstream, that would be awesome. But Yeah. Oh, when these were dropped, they were right around $200. I know that Casey said that he kept some aside for warranty, and I know that there will be a very very limited amount of knives dropping once he makes sure that everybody that pre-ordered gets one. I know he said that the majority of the knives that are going to drop up are going to be this version with the tie, or with the non-coated satin blade, and in silver titanium. I know that there's also a dark titanium and one with blue inlays, blue fat carbon inlays. I believe he said that the dark storm and the no, I'm forgetting the nicknames that he has for them, but the blue tie, or the fat carbon blue, and the black cloud, there's less than 5 of those that are possibly to drop on the site, and I believe that even this version, it's going to be less than 10. So he's going to announce it on his Instagram, on the Tempest Knives Instagram. He'll probably talk about it in his lives as well, to make sure that anybody that's really interested, that missed out on the pre-order, can get a knife during that drop. I would definitely move fast. I can't remember what the pre-order price, or what the pre-order price was, right around $200. I think the price is going up a little bit for the drop, but still, for a knife of this quality, it's definitely definitely a deal. Well, I believe this is my longest review ever, so I apologize for rambling. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't double talk. I hope I didn't repeat myself too much, but thank you very much, Casey, for letting me borrow this nice knife. Awesome to be included on my first ever pass around group, and it's absolute home run in my opinion. And I can't wait. I'm counting down the minutes for the postman so that I can check out my production Fractus, and I'll probably try to do a quick comparison of the two before I send this back out to you. But have a great day, everyone. Thanks for watching.